You know, it's funny you should be saying all of this.
What? That I've been the Lindbergh baby all this time and you never knew it?
Yeah! Because you see, I am the son of Tsar Nicholas II of Russia.
No!
Yeah.
You're kidding!
It's true.
That kid that got killed in the Russian Revolution?
That's me, the heir to the throne of Moscow.
Holy shit!
And the sovereign of the Ukraine.
I saw that movie. Nicholas and, what's her name?
Alexandra. That's my mother.
But I thought you got shot.
A faithful servant smuggled me out. Nobody knows I survived.
And you had Laurence Olivier in your movie and everything. Well, I mean, Anthony Hopkins is one thing. But Sir Laurence Olivier...
Yeah, I was pretty proud to have him in my movie. Although I did have some quibbles about, you know, historical details.
So, what's your real name?
Alexei Nikolaevich Romanov.
What name would you prefer to be called?
Why don't you keep calling me Frank? It'll be easier.
Besides protecting your incognito.
The Tsar of Russia.
Now, Joe.
The Tsar of Russia.
Well, I don't want to hear a word from you, Joe.
Do you know how old you would have to be the Tsar of Russia?
Never you mind, Frankie.
You'd have to be 90 years old.
You want to hurt
and
his
a hemophiliac.
I always was a heavy bleeder.
That don't make you the goddamn Tsar of Russia. I mean, the Lindbergh baby is one thing.
Will you just shut up, please? Shut up! You're on a lot of very sensitive ground. We are talking families, Joe, and Frank here lost everybody in the revolution. So have a little sympathy. You got orphanings here.
Okay then, Alexei. How do you know all this? How do you know that you're the head honcho of the Ukraine?
Well, see, this one time I was looking at pictures in a book of Moscow and the Kremlin with those domes.
Yeah, those onion-shaped domes.
Yeah. And I said to myself, I've been there. I've been there sometime. It was like I remembered it.
Of course you'd remember it. Those communist bastards trying to rub you out there.
Yeah. And then when I saw that movie, it was like I knew the streets. It was like I knew what was around the corner before they'd even show it. It was home.
Must have been painful.
It was kind of painful.
Seeing everything you lost out on.
It only got really hard when I had to watch myself get killed.
Understandably, Alexei, understandably. But, how's your Russian these days?
Oh, I've forgotten it all by now.
The whole trauma probably made you, you know...
Repress it?
Repress it.
Yeah.
Plus, the strain of having to maintain your daily identity as Frank Mikula. Have you told Phyllis?
Oh, no. She doesn't know yet. Although, I suppose I'm going to have to tell her sooner or later.
Well, I think she'll understand.
I'm just waiting for the right, you know...
Circumstances.
Circumstances.
I bet she'd be pretty surprised to find out she's the Queen of Russia.
Tsarina.
Huh?
The wife of the Tsar is the Tsarina.
Is that proof, Joe? Is that the proof? I say queen. He says Tsarina. He's got the facts at the tips of his fingers.
I know how cars work, but that don't make me an Oldsmobile.
Peace, gentlemen.
Just think. If we'd had you over there running things all these years, the Berlin Wall would have gotten taken down a lot sooner than it did. Well, after not being built in the first place.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing about being, you know...
Who you are.
Who I am. Knowing what I could do for world peace.
Have you ever contemplated the restoration of your throne?
I think I should leave that to the will of the people.
Well, if things had turned out different, I can't think of anybody I'd rather have on the Russian throne than you, Frankie.
Hey, thanks, Charlie.
I'll be goddamned. To think all this time we never knew it. You didn't know about me and I didn't know about you. And and Joe didn't know about either one of us.
So, Joe,
Yeah? What?
who are you?
I ain't anybody.
Really, I mean.
I ain't anybody.
Really?
I'm Joe Morelli, period.
I'm not talking about that.
I'm Superman.
I mean, really.
I'm nobody.
Underneath it all.
I'm nobody. I'm just another guy on the street. But in a previous lifetime, I was Marie Antoinette.
No shit!
That was me.
The let me eat cake
I
lady?
said that in 1793. Let him eat cake.
Isn't that something?
I knew you were somebody.
Frank here gets shot up by the Reds. And you get your head chopped off in Paris.
Yeah, 1 minute I'm standing on the scaffold in a diamond tiara. Next minute I'm Joe Morelli and Weehawken.
Must be pretty disconcerting.
To say the least. But I do remember kneeling down in front of that thing there, the guillotine, the blade.
Ah, shit.
Already?
It's 1 o'clock?
That's what the company says.
Jesus. But listen, you guys, you can't tell nobody.
Look who you're talking to.
I don't want you getting around.
We know that.
People would think I'm kind of weird.
We will be as the tomb.
You swear?
Of course we swear.
Yeah. We're all in the same, you know.
Situation.
Situation.
Speaking of which, who's bowling tonight?
I'm in.
And I'm in. Joey, are you in?
I told you, Charlie, I got all these things to do.
You gonna let that goddamn stuff get in your way? Are you forgetting who you are?
Yeah, Joe. Remember the crowned jewels.
You're right. Count me in.
Great!
And say again.
But Charlie, if you want to stay home tonight and watch that Lindbergh movie on TV, we'd understand completely.
Nah, I've seen it. Let's bowl.
Okay.
Long as I'm home by midnight.
What are you? Cinderella? I'm a